What happens when the world-renowned horror manga author Junji Ito, famous for creating some of the most disturbing manga panels ever thought up, is commissioned to make special artwork for Pokemon? Well, in 2014, we actually got the answer to that question with these two super scary drawings that he did. The first one features Bayonet, which according to the Pokédex is an abandoned plush doll that lives in garbage dumps, following children that threw them away. Oh no, that girl is dead. He also drew this Gengar, who is picking up a lady with his long ass tongue. This is easily the creepiest I've ever seen Gengar. 10-year-old me would definitely get nightmares and not be able to sleep after seeing this. Well, unless I had the sponsor for today's video. If you're like me and you catch yourself staying up too late and not being able to sleep, the Manta Sleep Mask will make it a lot easier to catch some Z's. The design is really intuitive and allows you to tighten or loosen to your preference. You also get a really cool carrying bag if you're going on any flights, and it includes some earbuds to block outside noise. Plus, if you live in a hot region, they have swappable pads that you can use so your face doesn't get sweaty during sleep. Getting good sleep is a huge part of feeling good and being productive during the day. So if you or someone you know has problems falling asleep, use my code ARIKENDO at checkout for 10% off, or click the links in the description or pinned comment. Thanks again to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video. And it turns out that a ton of other manga artists have made art for Pokemon in cards, in merchandise, including the mangakas for One Punch Man, Fist of the North Star, Witch Hat Atelier, and many more huge series. But hold on. How did we get down this rabbit hole in the first place? Well, it all started with this goddamn Pokemon Pocket app. And look, I may or may not have a problem, alright? My collection is starting to look like Bill Gates has nothing to do but spend thousands of racks opening Pokemon cards. But then I realized that I'm basically spending my hard-earned YouTube ad revenue on the glorified Pokemon NFTs, so I decided to start making a smarter financial decisions, like opening Pokemon cards in real life. I know, I have a problem. But more specifically, I was opening the newest Japanese set Terastal Festival, and during my live stream, I pulled this. We hit the Palafin! Yo! Oh my god, that looks amazing! Turns out it was drawn by the famous manga author Tetsuo Hara. This absolute legend created Fist of the North Star. Yes, it's the same series where this meme comes from. And if you've never heard of Fist of the North Star, it inspired, mangas like Berserk, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and so much more. It's a great series. And that's not all. There's another huge manga artist that has worked on a card in this exact same Terastal set. Kamome Shirehama is the author of Witch Hat Atelier, which, by the way, is getting anime soon. I am so excited for this adaptation. It looks amazing. Her manga panels are some of the best I've ever seen. Like, this one is just... oh, like, come on. It's just so creative and jaw-dropping. Anyway, she drew a Glaceon card for this set, and it looks like a stained glass piece that belongs in a church. I mean, shit, if I was praying to Jesus, I look up, I see this, like, I'm going to heaven. I went even deeper down to this rabbit hole, trying to find every single mangaka that has made official or unofficial art for Pokemon. That's how I found the Junji Ito one. So sit back and relax. Let's go through my favorites. The author for My Hero Academia made this awesome art with Serena, surrounded by a bunch of dragon looking kind of mons. Just like in MHA, you can tell that Horikoshi drew this because of all the spikes he has everywhere. I love the dynamic posing of all the scary dragon Pokemon in the background, and Serena looks like she's about to destroy that level 1 Rattata with her Charizard. But my absolute favorite, I think, has to be this amazing artwork by Yusuke Murata, who's done amazing work on the One Punch Man manga. Now, if you haven't seen the One Punch Man manga, this man can draw. Okay, he can draw. He drew this epic battle taking place with like a sick perspective and a ton of cameos for different Pokemon, like Lucario, Blaziken, and Latias in the background. There's just so much detail in this one drawing. I need a poster of this, like, Jesus. Then we got some more basic cards by Posuka Demizu, the author of Promised Neverland, one of my favorite and honestly one of the most underrated manga series. They drew cards for Crobat, Mantine, Ekans, Pinsir, and Rapidash. Some more like just basic common cards. They're pretty cool. One of my favorite artworks has to be this derpy looking Galarian Slowbro drawn by B. Cub Okawa. He has such a distinct style that fits perfectly with Slowbro's dumb-ass design. If you don't know, Okawa made the parody series Pop Team Epic, which is a hilarious watch. They also made some merchandise for, like, with Pikachu, Greedent, and Dedenne, I think. Pretty funny. We also have the manga author of Hidamari Sketch and the character designer for Mariko Magica, Ume Aoki, making this awesome fan art of the Sword and Shield protagonist with Nezuko and Marnie with Inosuke. I don't know what's up with the Demon Slayer crossover, but I'm with it. I really like how these look. Very cute art style. I also love this hilarious art by 4-Kama artist Kino Takahashi with a bunch of cat Pokemon just making the goofiest faces. I mean, what is Liden doing? He looks like he's melting. This is also the art where I learned that Trubbish is supposed to be a cat Pokemon. What the hell? Aya Kusube, someone who is a concept designer to the ultra-popular Doraemon, likes making these, simpler, childlike TCG drawings. I really love their dark Gengar card, who looks like he just farted and he's waiting for it to hit everybody in the room. Absolutely hilarious. Susume Maya, or the mangaka of The Food Diary of Miss Maid, which looks like an absolutely adorable manga, made one of the coolest illustration rares for Deerling and Sawsbuck with artwork that spans over 2 cards. I haven't seen many cards like this that kind of like, combine to make one full illustration. Very, very cool. And yeah, that's all the manga artists that I could find making official or even just fan art of Pokemon. If you know of any that I didn't mention here, put it down in the comments. Thanks again for Mantis League for sponsoring today's video, and happy holidays, y'all.